Willie D Live.
TikTok is not what everybody thinks TikTok is. When I look at TikTok, you know what I look at TikTok is? There's something in our brain that's called mirror neurons. Mirror, like you're looking in the mirror, mirror neurons. And these neurons actually mimic behavior from what it sees. So if you standing over there and you keep doing this enough, or you start to cross your arms, have you ever been in a meeting with somebody and you do something a little bit later, they kind of do it too, just almost involuntarily? That's the mirror neurons is responding. So that's what TikTok is. And the people who in tech, and that's in this research lab, they know exactly what TikTok is. It's to condition this muscle, this mirror neuron, to where when it's really time to say go, all we need is a few. All of them gonna follow.
What are some early implementations of, or give me some examples of the early implementations of AI that we may be unaware of?
Oh, shoot. We're going to take back, let's go 2006, because that's quite a bit along, and then not too far, but far enough. You know, they got a mouse that you could look at your computer screen and ain't got to touch nothing, and you just move like this with your eyes, and that mouse moves. Now, they just now starting to try to bring that out, but if you run the tape back, that project started way back in 2006 with that. I mean, the first computer that was tinkering with AI was called Eliza. And Eliza, you would put an input in this way in the 60s now, 60s throughout the early 1980s. You know, they was tinkering with that, putting in inputs and allowing it to respond. Now, back then, it was only based on like a keyword response. So if the computer could pick up a particular keyword that the person was inputting, it would spit out their response. So it really kind of evolved from there, from keywords to filters, all the way up to an algorithmic response. So yeah, way back.
Is AI one of those things that's gonna have us like looking back and where we become like these robots, like human robots, where we're not really thinking for ourselves? Because it just seems like to me, when you look at the internet, how readily information is available for us,
yeah,
and how we really don't, even with our smartphones, we can go to our phones. We don't have to remember phone numbers.
Right.
We just look up a name now, and like we don't even know the phone numbers of some of the most important people that are in our lives.
No, you know? Remember back then we could remember them phone numbers. We gotta be like 555-2353. I remember when area codes. Yeah. Remember when area codes came in? Then we had to remember the number and the area code. Yeah.
But do you see us? I know you're a big fan of AI, but do you see us looking back on this and really regretting that we helped to advance this technology? You
know, it's always going to be pros and cons, the protagonist, the antagonist. I see the bad side of it, but we have to evolve. We already behind. So in simplicity, when you think about going to see a movie like a Black Panther and the level of that technology and how those people of color was doing the damn do, you know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever. If we want to see freaking Wakanda for real, we have to allow this to happen. We gotta evolve with it. We can't stay dated.
I'm listening, and you almost sound like a mad scientist to me. We have to make this happen. We have to allow this to happen. There's going to be some good and there's going to be some bad, but the good is going to outweigh the bad, and you have to trust the technology.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. We're going to always be at war. I don't care what you say. It's really impossible to even have world peace, everybody love, love, love. We can't. That will never happen.
Why not?
Everything has a polar opposite. North, south, east, west, black, white. It's impossible. So you got this gravitational pull this way and this way. That's what keeps us grounded on the ground. So we will never have this everybody on the same playing field. We have to have that contrast. It's kind of like saying someone who wants to be positive all the freaking time. it's impossible to be positive all the time, because if I don't have that conflict with you, I won't know what's right or what's wrong. I won't know if that's for me or not. I gotta have contrast. Everybody has to have contrast. You see that?
Why do we have to have that in our personal relationships, though? Like with men and women. Like, even though there's a gender war going on, people say, it's not a war. Do you understand what war is? I mean, people die in war. Stop calling it a gender war. Yeah. I ain't got a better word right now. It feels like war.
So, it's definitely a war.
So what do you think about that? Like, and how do we fix it? Can we use AI to fix it?
You know what? There's already been things where people are using AI to fix certain things and to have counseling and all of that. They're gonna have some machines where the husband and the wife can actually go into a counseling. We talking about futuristic. Mm-hmm. Put these helmets on, and it monitors their thoughts and goes into their mind and actually comes up with a solution based upon how these two people are wired up here. So that's going to cut out me explaining to you how I am. It's just what it is. Him trying to explain to her how it is. Now, sit here for a minute. Let the AI examine you real quick. Get the real deal. And here's this solution right here. Imagine that.
What do you think about AI being used with these robots on the police departments now?
Ooh.
You know, they got robots going out.
Absolutely.
I saw in New York, they got the robots out on the streets.
Yeah.
Police robots.
Yeah, they can shoot too. The little police dogs and all that.
Do you see that being a huge problem at some point?
Facts. Now, that part, that's the ugly side of it, you know? That's the ugly side of it, because we still have people who have that bloodline they feel like they have an assignment to kill a particular race at any cost, because that particular race know that they're a dying breed. And really, the war is really for them to try to survive, because we outnumber them. Their women can't produce as many children as the black woman can. So they feel like, damn, we fighting trying to this mass control and take over, but we're a dying race. So eventually, they know their ass is on the pathway to go to being extinct. So they trying to fight, and that's the whole thing with these integrated relationships and stuff going. A lot of this stuff is agenda. I feel like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, that was a whole agenda thing. Yes, I know he felt that he probably liked her, and maybe, quote unquote, she was one of the baddest chicks in the industry, but he was targeted.
I think he was targeted when he saw that video of Ray J getting sucked up.
You think so?
You know, I think when he saw that video, he like, I want that.
Yeah. But they had another plan though. All right. Like they be knowing who's who and who's the hitters and who finna have the most influence. Way before. It's no different than presidential elections. Like, I feel like presidents are not even, we don't choose them. Like, they already selected. They got that game plan laid out already. If that was the case, why they don't let the popular vote for the president become the president?
Right.
They ain't finna let that go down.
Yeah. They got a few, well, not a few, but many people got mad at me when I said that voting for a president is a popularity contest. It has no real meaning, just like if you were running for most popular at your high school.
Facts.
You know, like it's about who you can stand to look at and listen to for the next 4 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And they cannot stand that because they get caught up in the personality and the party politics.
Yep.
They go like, well, he's representing this party, and so he's saying these things, and so he has to believe them because he wouldn't say them if he didn't. And so, and that's how I feel, so that's my guy.
Yeah.
And so he has a real, there's no hidden agenda. He's telling you what the agenda is. He has a platform and blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying no, because at the end of the day, America has an agenda.
Facts.
You was talking about 100 years and 200 years.
Yeah.
Well, America has every election cycle. We want to be here. We have a forecast. That's a societal forecast. We want to be here in 4 years, and 8 years, 12 years, 20 years. This is what we're doing. Who are we going to put in front to be the spokesperson?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And spokespeople have personalities, and so they have different personalities. They, sometimes they fall asleep while they talking. They're forgetful. Some of them, the biggest words they use oftentimes are huge. The actual word huge.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge, right? So these people get caught up in these characters and these personalities, but that having a personality just comes with being in that position. It doesn't mean that you're still not working for the same people, the same little small elite group of people telling you what to do. Yeah. And that is why, with all of this so-called power that you have, you can still find yourself having a sign on Elm Street, or, an X on Elm Street like JFK. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Even if you're the president of the USA,
exactly.
The United States, if you don't do what they tell you to do.
Facts, exactly.
And we're talking about the president of the United States.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And then they went after Reagan. They killed Lincoln way back in the gap.
Yeah.
He got it first. That was the first warning.
Yeah.
So they get mad when I say that. But
no, it's the fact. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. And I think that's why our people can't unify. Because they so freaking emotional. They don't look at the logic and really looking at what the freak we really got to do to make to come together and make this shit pop how it need to pop. Too freaking emotional. Here it is. What they said, we spent we contributed $1.6 trillion. Our black dollar. How we spending the most money, but our people have the least. The math don't math. You see what I'm saying? But we're so emotional when it comes to those politics and things like that. Like, I don't even call it politics. I call it politricks. Because really, that's what it is. And I feel like the popular vote is just it's like when we was in school, the field day. Remember field day at the school? Everybody gets to participate so everybody can feel like sportsmanship, Really wasn't no winners. Everybody get a little participation, little sticker or whatever. Why? So they can feel included. Because when we talk about the Constitution, we the people, they already know they got to make us feel like we're participating or have some sort of voice to a certain extent. And that's what this popular vote is really about. Participating. Y'all participating. Y'all participating.
And to your point, we participate. We participate with our tax dollars. We participate with home ownership. We participate with
getting married.
Yeah, we getting married, injecting money into the economy during the holidays.
Yeah.
We help. We participate in the workforce.
Yeah.
We participate in helping the police solve crimes.
Yeah.
We participate.
Yeah.
But yet, we're targeted for failure. We are targeted for failure specifically.
Yeah.
And we are targeted by our own elected officials who serve as the overseers for the cops who decide that they want to violate us on the regular.
Yeah.
So we are even though we participate just like everybody else, they've decided that you guys are going to be our punching bag.